is not working with the Meander Valley Council, but bringing together other like-minded groups here in Hadspen so that we're all on the one page. And back in June, we were able to facilitate with the Meander Valley Council a forum on the 24th of June, which was attended by, it's in Neighbourhood Watch, the circular here. Now, we had a lot to do with bringing all those groups together that use the community hall down here, the Memorial Hall. And I'll talk to you about our major project of what we've got going with the council and how we're going to try and fund it. We've joined together with the Hadspen Cricket Club. Now this was my main thrust last year, was Robert Scott allowed me to deal with Dean Cracknell and Nate Austin. Nate Austin works for the council, and Dean Cracknell is he owns his own business and goes around Australia dealing with councils and helping them set up and talk to like-minded groups. So we got together about 6 other groups here, and for example, we raised the first lot of money on what we called Democracy Sausage Day, which was the federal election day, where we joined with the cricket club with Brad Eames, who's secretary and who's a fabulous guy, and we raised about $400 and something for the first seat that we want to put around the ground. We want to place them around the memorial ground, around the cricket ground here. We've already got, I'll show you on my iPad, one that we've been able to convince the council to put along the river. That's already gone in. So that was my main project last year. Robert allowed me to do that. So we're going to fund together, the cricket club and ourselves. We're going to fund them around there rather than wait for the council. The council's pulled the old one out and they're going to put a new one in near the cricket club. We've got sites for 3 others around there. All I've got to do is to get the plans from the cricket club, and we're funding the timber and they're funding the steel and the cement, because one of their main sponsors is Chris Reisig, the builder. So they'll get that done well and truly. So that's what we've tried to do, to join together other people, because Hadspen's going to go ahead the other side. Once they get the federal government money of $19 million to upgrade the Carrick sewage plant, you'll see the 431 houses that are going to go further down than Scott Street go in. They can do the ones that they've got up here now through the current scheme, but they need the federal government money to go ahead and upgrade the scheme. According to the councillors, I'm a pretty good friend with Councillor Kevin House. I played football with him at Deloraine. So if I get into trouble, I talk to Nate and Kevin House, and we seem to be able to get things moving. Yeah.
That'll change Hadspen a bit?
It will. I've seen their master plan, and it's supposed to swell to 4,500 people. So inside 10 years. It's going to have a chemist shop, new chemist shop, a big super IGA, a doctor's surgery, a school.
What do you think of it?
I think it's going to be fabulous, as long as it doesn't get too big, because this is a very nice, quiet community with beautiful river walks, and we haven't finished. We've done a lot of, the Neighbourhood Watch people have been fabulous, being able to get the seats placed around Bev Sweetman's, the lady that's one of the thrusts behind that. She used to be on the Lions Club, and she's secretary of the Neighbourhood Watch. And a lot of the seats you see around are funded by Neighbourhood Watch. We've just put a new seat on behalf of there's 2 Red Cross ladies that are in their 90s left here from the old Red Cross Society. I think it was established at Hagley, but it was associated here. And there's a seat in the Church of England down there that we just replaced at our cost. But we had to get approval of the people that have bought the church. Yep. That's just been done. That cost us $250 or something like that. That's just been fixed. Now, we've convinced the council that down here on the zigzag track from the bull run, there's another seat there that needs to be replaced. And I'll show you a photo of the new one that's down by the riverbank that we've just had them to fund.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, no, there is.
Can you introduce yourself and your position?
Oh, sure. My name's Gil Viney. I'm the incoming president of the Hadspen South-Est Lions Club.
What do you love about Lions Club? Why did you join in the first place?
Because of the way they help people. They go out of their way. We give up our time. We actually pay to join Lions. We're one of those organisations that is intriguing. We have a semi-annual fee that we pay. And we hardly ever claim any of our expenses. And I'll talk to you about 20 of the different things that we actually do around to raise money for differing things for Hadspen, for the people of Hadspen, for community groups like Clifford Craig, like the Childhood Cancer Research Program of Australia, for the drought relief that was on King Island, for the drought relief that was on... See, Lions Australia join in with that. So therefore we chip in $1,000, for example, out of our own money for that, out of money that we raise. But why Lions is about the dedication of members to help the community. We have a list of, in here we have actually a list of our ethics that we stick by, and we meet twice a month. We have a dinner meeting once on the first Tuesday at the Carrick Inn. Now, they are a big sponsor of ours, the Carrick Inn. And then we have a business meeting that we could call a board meeting, because we do have a board, on the third Thursday down at Uniting Hall. So that's what we do. We've been in operation. We have two of our foundation members, Adrian Vanderhaar and Peter Gibson, that have been in the club for 38 years.
It's an impressive effort.
Yeah, so Adrian's still on our board. He was last year's vice president. He's now second year director. So he's a retired, had his own garage business. Yeah. And funnily enough, the partners have been members of Lions as well. For example, Robbie Scott's wife was partner. Paul Malherbe, who was a long-time director's wife, was a partner. She was on Lions, and as was Adrian Vanderhaar's wife. So they join in and do them. And we've got a lady called Jenny Triptree, who's been a member for 33 years. She's been secretary and president many times. She organises the Anzac Day ceremony at Hagley. We're responsible for the running of that. Now, I got a grant from the community, from Meander Valley Council, to replace the sound system there. A couple of $1,000. We got a new sound system to be able to cater for the 100-odd people that come to that every Anzac Day.
Roughly how many people are members of the Lions Club in Hadspen and South-Est?
Oh, there's 20-something. It ranges. We struggle to get new members, particularly young members. We've been able to pick up 3 young members lately, which has been really good. One young member, he's only about 20, and he's in charge of our IT area. And we've had a long-time member come back, Lee Johnson, and he's taken over as my first vice president, and he's going to take over as president next year. He's been a member of Lions for 33 years. He was here, then he went into Launceston, now he comes back out here. He manages one of the caravan businesses near the airport. That's what he does.
Okay,
yeah.
Busy.
We have about 11 really active members. But we've been able to get a new guy called Peter Nielsen, who comes from Smithton originally, to take over as lion tamer. Now, I'll tell you, there's different roles inside the organisation. So I can explain to you what they do. There's the president, there's the immediate past president, who's Robbie Scott, there's the first vice president, and then there's a second vice president. Then you have a lion tamer. A lion tamer looks after, he takes the apologies for meetings, he looks after the property, and those types of things. And he orders different things from the Lions shop, the International Lion Shop and the Australian Lion Shop. Then we have the Lion's tail twister. Now, a tail twister, he's the fella that finds you at every meeting for all the goof-ups that you do and all that sort of thing. And he finds you for going interstate and coming home and having birthdays and wedding anniversaries and things like that. Then we have directors, first-year directors and second-year directors. And they sit on the board. Anybody can come to a board business meeting, but they can't necessarily vote. Other members. And that's really the structure. And we have a treasurer. The treasurer is Robbie Scott. Now he for 3 years did basically the same job. Barry Watson is our tail twister, and Paul Malherbe, who has been a long time member, he stepped down this year because he fell off his ladder. He's an electrician and he's got to have an operation, and he is really dedicated. He's a really dedicated individual, Paul Malherbe. He really is. Yeah, that's the foundation. But we've been able to get associated with Reed Estate, where Jenny Triptree now lives. Her and her husband were previous presidents, and we've been able to fund the placement of a defibrillator in there as well. We also fund the defibrillator that's attached to near the shop. We maintain that as well here.
What are some of the other projects that
we donate? There's one young lady that went away that was, there's another guy that's on there. Shouldn't forget him. I'm going to get into all sorts of trouble. His name is Chris Weir. He's the historian. He also takes care of most of the advertising. I worked with Chris at St Patrick's College, where I was a TA for 15 years. He's left and now gone to grammar, and he takes care of their outdoor ed at grammar. Chris lives just down the road. He's a younger, vibrant member. And we assisted his eldest girl to go to a Scout Jamboree in Victoria in January last year. Some of the other things that we donate to, you ever heard of Shakina House?
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, I should try and get an interview with Louise. Shakina House is in Wellington Street near Morty's, opposite Morty's. They cater for about 40 homeless people in Launceston. And I go on a bread run every 6 weeks where we go out to Banjos at Longford, collect the bread, then come back to Prospect and deliver the bread. The homeless come up there and collect the bread. Then we give them to another lady that hands it out on a Saturday morning. In a house, they have there's an old Jewish chapel that's just opposite Morty's there. They've taken over that, and they provide a meal there every Sunday night for the homeless of Launceston. And once every 6 weeks, we cook a meal here and take it in there to them. Baldy, the Kmart, provide all the meat for it for nothing, and they get donations of vegetables and that sort of thing. Louise's mother is one of the members of Lilydale Lions, and we've got a changeover meeting with Lilydale coming up in September. So we donate to them, and Anne and I join in with their raffles. We go out and sit out at Bunnings and sell raffles for them on Mother's Day and Christmas raffles and things like that. We donate to the Flying Doctor Service of Australia, the Clifford Craig, Cyclone Alfred. We provide school awards to Hagley, Glendew, Prospect High. I'll forget some. There's about 4 primary schools and 1 high school. St Patrick's College. And we provide Santa letters to the primary school kids, where Anne and I sit down here and answer the Santa letters and put them in envelopes of about 450 Santa letters every year to the kids. That's an initiative that we do, and the kids love it. We maintain with like-minded. There's about 4 other like-minded people around here. There's an information bay where you come in to Hadspen that way. We maintain that and the surrounds to it there. We donate to the Empty Christmas Stocking Fund. I'm going to forget something. I'm going to get into trouble here. I told you about renewing the seating at the Good Shepherd, Cyclone Alfred, The other things we do, we man the gates at supercars. Now that gives us huge income. We get involved with the Scouts and 2 other Lions clubs, and we man the gates over the 3 days there for supercars. We've got involved with the drift cars. We man their gates. And we also man the gates for the Light Car Club of Tasmania. Now, we get paid for that. We also used to do the parking at Gala Fest here until it shut down over there for all sorts of reasons. It closed, which we won't go into. We get involved with City Mission Food Drive, where we sit in a Prospect marketplace and take the donations there on behalf of City Mission. We donate to Giant Steps at Deloraine. And I think that's about it.
It's pretty comprehensive, really.
Oh, the other thing that Ann and I do, we're in charge of the Christmas Club, Christmas cake sales. So therefore, we order Lions Christmas cakes, and we deliver them to Todd Medwin's. He's got 4 pharmacies, Toddy. He and my eldest son went to St Patrick's together. He's got 4 pharmacies. Espresso, that Kevin House used to own, and his son took over from it. That's the coffee shop there near the primary school at Prospect. The pharmacy in at Prospect Marketplace. And our long-time supporter and the post office here, they're big supporters of the Lions Club of Hadspen. She does a wonderful job, the lady that runs that. Yeah, my word. So that's about it. That's what we do.
It's a fair bit, really.
But our main project this year is joining with the Meander Valley Council, and we've got our name registered for the Tasmanian Recycling Scheme. And out in one of my trailers out there, I've been coming along the road picking up the cans because they're worth 10 cents each. So I've already got 4 garbage bags full out there. So we're going to go around there and cash them in shortly. And I'll probably donate that to one of the cancer research. That's my project for this year, my personal one. I wanted to get heavily involved in that. So I'm going to go around and knock on people's doors around here and get them to give me instead of throwing them into recycling or whatever, give them to me so I can get 10 cents for them. There's plenty of people that will give them to you, and you should see them on the roads where people throw them out the door, out of their windows.
It seems remarkably clean, perhaps. You've picked up many of the other cans.
I have. I've been around, about an hour later, I got about 4 garbage bags full out in one of my big trailers out there. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good effort.
Yep. That's my project this year, personally.
Well, every dollar counts, doesn't it? Yeah, credit to you. Memorable moments that you've had with Lions?
Getting fined for doing stupid things. The other memorable moment is probably joining with the cricket club. That was my big win last year. The big achievement was to get to know Brad Eames, the secretary of the cricket club, and be able to work with him on the project. The other thing that I'm really pleased about is opening up the channels of communication with the Meander Valley Council, particularly with Nate Austin and Dean Caldwell and Councillor Kevin House. I guess that those are the sort of memorable things. The things that I like is meeting people down at our car boot sales. Now, we donate the site fees to the car boot sales to those organisations like Clifford Craig and Cancer Research and those types of things. That's what we do. That's how we only charge $10. We usually get about 40 odd people come down with the car boot sale, and the whole lot of it plus that's what we sell, because we run the barbecue down there as well. We sell hamburgers and sausages and cordial, coffee, and we donate that as well.
How often are they run?
We run 4 a year, 1 in October, 1 in December, 1 in January, and 1 in March. This year we're going to start around 7:30 and run through to about 1:30, around about that, 8 o'clock through to about 1:30, depending on the weather. Our only problem down there is if it floods, and you see the council's got to pick up the toilets and move them up to the cricket ground. This is where we're problem there. my main aim is to try and convince the council they need to upgrade the toilet facilities down there to the standard of the toilet facilities at the Memorial Ground and the Bull Run down here. But they keep saying to me that people go down there and camp and they pull things off the walls and they knock it about a bit and it floods. The Southeast River floods and the Meander pushes the water back and it floods and it knocks them about down there a bit. But at least the channels of communication are well and truly open. He's a fabulous guy to work with, Nate. He really is. He's on holidays at the moment. And I can't emphasise enough that the support that the Carrick Inn and the Hadspen Post Office has afforded us on an ongoing basis. Yeah. They discount our meals because we have a dinner meal there. And Sharon, her name is, that owns the post office, she's always donating something to us, and she sells a lot of Christmas cakes for us as well. Yeah. My wife works very hard this is her second year as secretary. Jenny Triptree, she took over from Jenny Triptree as secretary. Secretary's the busiest job of the lot. You got to do all the registrations of everything, the food registrations. You got to communicate with everybody. You got to take all the minutes. We don't have a minutes secretary. She's got to do all that as well. So she's a pretty busy lady.
What's the club looking for? Volunteers, more sponsorship, anything?
More volunteers. Younger ones if we can get them. Well, some of us are in their 70s and 80s. So some of our members that are not active anymore are in their 80s, but they're still members.
What do you think is stopping, I guess, younger people or other people from volunteering?
We don't have a Leo club. Leo clubs are young lions, as the name suggests. We've tried to get them, but we can't seem to entice them. And when I go around neighbourhood house dropping letters or go around, and Ann and I developed last year, that was another highlight that we did. Ann and we got an information brochure put out about what we actually do. People didn't know what we actually did, so I went around all the houses and delivered them. So I like to talk to the younger people that live here, because I've got sons that are 46, 42 and 40. So, Lions Club, what do you blokes do? And so I give them to them and I talk to them about what we actually do. Would you like to join? No, I haven't got enough time to join Lions Club. No, I haven't got. See, it's a commitment. It's a twice commitment every month, and it's a commitment to go and work on the gates for nothing and use your own money for petrol to go out there and so on. We could claim it if we wanted to, but most of the people that are members of our Lions Club don't do that. They just chip in and say, this is what the ethics of Lions is about. We give freely of our time and labour because we believe in the community. And we are like-minded people.
I think finding people to join community groups is a consistent theme. It is just difficult. In terms of whether it's time, other priorities.
They both work nowadays to fund the mortgage. I've got a son that's in Queensland. He's about to buy $1 million house. It's just amazing. We just come from up there for 3 weeks with 3 of our grandsons. The 2 of them had birthdays. One was 1 and 1 was 3. And we had 3 weeks up there. And that's where I caught this damn bug. The cost of housing up there is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous for what you get in comparison to here. But that's what we do. That's what the Lions Club of Hadspen does.
You've got plans for the future.
Yeah.
You've got hoping for more volunteers. What's your favourite part of the Meander Valley?
Oh, I suppose Deloraine and Hadspen. Ann and I grew up in Deloraine, so I loved Deloraine. I had a lot of trouble. A lot of fun. I played a lot of football for Deloraine. I never won a best and fairest there, but I was runner-up four times in the best and fairest. I went and coached Irishtown at Smithton. Ann and I are life members of the Irishtown Football Club. won 3 premierships in a row down there, which they'd never won ever before, and best on the ground in 3 of their grand finals. I'd have to say Deloraine. I love Hadspen. I wouldn't live anywhere else. That's probably... now I spend a lot of time out at Westbury. I like all the Meander Valley, but I suppose here, because I live here, and I like the people that live here, the other people that are on the board and the committee of Lions. I've got 2 good friends that own properties at Westbury that I work with at St Patrick's College. So I guess Westbury, I also like Westbury. So I can't say that. I suppose Hadspen is, followed by Deloraine, followed by Westbury.